Monday, we talked about the map. Today, we draw the lines. Today, we inventory. Today, we identify. Today, we begin to release. So let's do the work. Hey, my beautiful people. Welcome back to the Seeds of Self-Love podcast. This is your girl, the goddess, Nyomi, and I am so glad that you are here with me on this Action Wednesday. And y'all, Monday was powerful. Monday was very powerful. And we talked about how your closet is a map to your past selves. We talked about the 15-year-old coats. We talked Mel Robbins' post and the 3 types of clothes that we hold on to. Well, today we do the actual work. Today we inventory our closets. Today we identify which clothes fall into which categories. And today we begin to release them. So I want you to grab your journals, get your pen ready, and let's do the work. So let me welcome you properly to the show. Welcome to the Season of Self-Love podcast. I am your host, Nyomi, and I am so glad that you are here. As we continue to transform in life, so does this podcast. In season 5, we're moving differently, more intentional, more action, less learning, more doing, less waiting, and more living. This is a space where we don't just talk about self-love, we practice it. We don't just discuss transformation, we live it. Every episode is an invitation to do the work with me, not just listen to me talk about it. This podcast is brought to you by Ask Nyomi and Elevate Me Self-Discovery, where we believe that loving yourself intentionally is a foundation of true transformation. So get ready, get your journal, get your pen, because in season 5, we're doing the work together. Now let's get started. All right, good morning, my beautiful people. So before we dive into the work, we're going to ground ourselves with a 60-second guided meditation. I got a little tongue-tied this morning. So today we are preparing to release. We are preparing to release and to let go, to make space, all right? To make space, all right? So wherever you are right now, just close your eyes if you can and get comfortable. Put both feet on the floor. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Now release. And now I want you to say quietly to yourself and repeat after me. I'm ready to see what I've been holding on to. Inhale. Exhale. I release old identities without shame. Inhale. Exhale. I make space for who I am becoming. Inhale. Now exhale. I honor the past. I choose the present. I create the future. One breath in. Release. Now say, I am ready to do this work. And when you are ready, gently open your eyes and grab your journal. And let's begin. All right, my beautiful people, you are new here to the Season of Self-Love podcast. There's something we do every episode just to help ground ourselves before we get into the topic at hand. All right, so let's recap quickly on Monday's episode. All right, so we talked about how your closet holds 3 types of clothes, right? So type 1 clothes is that you no longer fit in your life, right? That this not just for your body, but for your life, the clothes that don't match. right? Don't match who you are now, where you live, what you do, and how you move. And there's a type 2 clothes, right, from your old chapters of your life. The job that you left, the relationships that ended, and the versions of that you have outgrown. And then there's the type 3 clothes that you bought for versions that never arrive. The fantasy clothes, the someday clothes that when that person that I'm going to be clothes, what I'm saying? That I'm that person type of clothes, But today we're going to identify which clothes that's in your closet fall into those categories. And we're going to start releasing those because I know that we all have those type of clothes in our closet, right? All right, so here's the first exercise that we're going to do. And y'all, I need y'all to actually do this and not just think about it. I want y'all to do it. I want y'all to do it. And look, let me tell y'all something. I wish that I can go into my mother's closet and do it. I really do, because she has so many old clothes in there. Oh my God. When I tell you, being her caregiver has been it's been one. But I laugh at it now, especially now that I am actively truly going into my closet and really going in there and really cleaning out everything out of my closet right now. So as I am telling you these exercises, I'm doing this exercise myself, because when I saw that post last week, that Mel Robbins posted last week, and it hit me at the right time when I was doing my closet, when I was cleaning my closet. And I think I'm doing it right, because I do it all the time. I like I said, I at least clean my closet at least 6 times a year. And it's the thing, I don't go buying new clothes like that anymore, because I don't go places like I used to, especially when I was actively active in the industry and I was actively doing things, going to different events and, different seminars and stuff like that. Like I was buying clothes and buying shoes and stuff like that. No, I have clothes that's older than my oldest daughter, 30 years old. And I was still holding on to those clothes for whatever reason, items, shoes, wigs. I think the last time we talked, when I told you I counted my wigs, I think at that time I had like over 200 and something wigs, literally. Right now, I think maybe I have maybe 150 wigs. And I probably, yeah, maybe 100 and something wigs, or maybe 150 something wigs, maybe. And so to say that, say this, now I kind of figure out, what am I going to do with all of this stuff? What am I going to do with all of these clothes? What am I going to do? And now that I'm back to writing, now that I'm back in production on mainstream projects, and my production company is really doing some amazing things now I can use a lot of those items, a lot of those clothes, a lot of those wigs. Now could be in my production house. You see? So all of it's not going in vain, but they can come out of my closet. Now I can put them somewhere else that they can actually do and become characters. So that's one thing that I love to do. But then there was other things that were still sitting in my closet that were just sitting there and just was holding blockage for me. And I know sometimes we do that. They hold a sentimental thing, or they hold that we're going to lose this weight and we're going to be able to fit back in there. I know I was one of those ones. Or, oh my God, this cost me this much. I mean, literally, I have several red carpet dress that I know that I will never fit back in that dress, for wrong reason, because I don't have the boobs to fit in those dresses ever again. I don't. Just last week, I'm about to share this with you. I had a drawer full of amazing, expensive bras that were specifically made for my bra size. And I had to put them in a bag and give them away because I no longer fit those bras. Victoria's Secret bras, like a whole lot of bras that I no longer could wear. And I was like, wow. And I had my breast implant done back in August of last year. And just last week is when I was like, wow, I'm still holding on. I had 2 big drawer full of bras that I can no longer wear. And since August to now, I think I cleaned out my closet at least 3 times since then, and in my drawers at least 3 times since then. So what was I holding on to? And so when you think about things like that, and that's why I can truly appreciate when that post came up into my life last week, understanding exactly what's going on in my life, the expansion that's going on, and know that it's needed right now. So who's ever listening to this podcast at this moment, at this time, knowing that it's not an accident that you came up on this, knowing that this is what is needed, is that, okay, there's something more that I need to do. That maybe that shirt, that dress, those pants, those shoes that I was just looking at yesterday or today. And I'm like, man, should I keep these or should I give them away? Or should I donate it to the I forgot the name of it, but the down the street. I'm getting brain fog again. It's coming in my mind. But what foundation they are. Should I give them away? Maybe this is it. Yeah. Because if they're not aligned with you right now, if they're not in your life right now, if it doesn't fit you right now, give it away. Give it away. So here's the first exercise, all right? Here's the first exercise. Pick one section of your closet and don't try to do the whole thing today. Don't try to do the whole thing today because it will get overwhelming. It will get overwhelming. I want you to pick one section. Wherever you hold your tops, if it's your tops, do your tops. If it's your pants, do your pants. If it's your dresses, do your dresses. If it's your shoes, do your shoes. Even if it's your accessories. Let me tell you something. Those accessories can get, whoo, we all know that. But just pick one. And we're going to go section by section. All right, Step 2, put everything together. Yes, everything, all of it. I want it visible. All of the section of each section. Like if you want all of the pants, put all of the pants together like that. I want them in front of you because when it's hanging in the closet, it's easy to ignore. So when it's all on your bed or all on your floor, all in your face, then you have it right in front of you. And then I want you to create 3 piles. That's your next step. Create 3 piles. And then your first pile is your type 1 pile that it no longer fits your life. Pile 2 is from old chapters in your life. And type 3 is from a version of you that never arrived. And I want you to go through each one of those items and ask, what type is this? And I want you to be honest with yourself. Don't lie to yourself. Don't make excuses, just truth. That blazer from your corporate job that you left 3 years ago, that's a type 2. Those workout clothes that you bought when you were going to start a new routine, but never did, that's a type 3. That dress or those pants that technically fits but makes you feel like you're pretending to be someone that you're not, that's type 1. And I want you to sort them, all of them like that. And then next, exercise 2. Now I want you to have a story behind each pile. Now you have the 3 piles, right? And I want you to journal on this. Yes, journal on this. So the pile for pile 1 that no longer fits your life, I want you to write this down. I want you to write this. I've been holding on to these clothes because. Is it guilt? Is it the money that you spent? Is it the fear that you might need them someday? And I want you to write it down and I want you to name the story. Why have you been holding on to it? All right. And for pile 2, from your old chapters, and I want you to write this. These clothes represent the chapter when I was, whatever that version of you. What version of you do they hold you to? What identity? What story? And then write, I am ready to release this chapter because, and give your reason. And then for pile 3, for the version of you that never arrived, you write, I bought these clothes for the version of me that would, and then you finish the sentence. Who did you think you would be? Who will be back in shape? What life did you think you would have? And then write the version of me that never arrived because that version of me never arrived because was it unrealistic expectations? Was it someone else's vision for your life? Was it society's pressure? I want you to name it. I want you to write it down. See it. And exercise 3, the decision. Here's when it gets real. For each pile that you're going to make a decision. This is where you're going to make a decision. But before you do that, I need you to remember something. I want you to remember something that Mel Robbins said that I shared with you on Monday. If a piece makes you feel small, if a piece of clothing makes you feel ashamed or disconnected, it does not belong in your future. It does not belong in your future. I'm going to read that again. If it makes you feel small, if it makes you feel ashamed or disconnected, it does not belong in your future. So here's the decision for each pile. For pile 1, does this support who I am now? If yes, then keep it. If no, release it. The key word is now. Who I am now today. Now who I'm going to be next week. Now who I'm going to be when I finish this course or this class or this. But now. Don't think about who I used to be. Don't think about who I might be someday. But now. Does it support who you are now? And then pile 2. Am I honoring this chapter or am I stuck in it? I'm going to repeat that again for pile 2. Am I honoring this chapter or am I stuck in it? There's a difference. See, you can honor the past without living in it. You can keep one piece that reminds you of that chapter. The rest goes. The rest can go. In pile 3, is this my dream or someone else's? If it's your dream and you are actively working toward it, then keep it. But if it's a fantasy, a should or someone else's vision, then let it go. If you're just sitting there and you just wishing, dreaming upon it, and you have not actively done anything to get there, let it go. If it's someone else's dream, let it go. Because we've been sitting there for over a year and you have not done it, let it go. I say, if you want to let it go, let it go. All right, so now it's all about the physical release. Y'all ready? So for everything that you're letting go of, I want you to do this. I want you to do this. Y'all ready? Are y'all ready? All right. Step 1. I want you to thank it. Yes, thank it. Out loud if you can. I want you to say, thank you for serving me during that chapter. Thank you for the lessons that you taught me. Thank you for showing me what I don't want anymore. I want you to honor it and then release it. Step 2, I want you to put it in a donation bag immediately. Immediately. Don't leave it in the maybe pile. Don't put it in the back of the closet. Put it in a donation bag right now. Get it out of your space. Get it out of your energy field. Get it out of your vision. Put it in the bag right now. Step 3, commit to dropping off the bag within 48 hours. And why I'm giving you 48 hours, because I know some things that people need to do, go to work, do certain things. Because I don't live far from the drop-off, so I try to do mine at least daily. That's how much stuff I got in my closet. And see, the thing is I think I'm going to redo my closet. I think that's going to be a gift to myself. I think that's going to be my summer project. I'm going to redo my closet after I remove a lot of those things. I think the hardest thing is going to be my shoes, my heels. I had a dream last night. I have these 7-inch platform heels. And oh, they cold. Oh my God, they cold. Yeah. They gotta go. I can't wear them anymore. My body, my legs, my ankles, they just won't allow it. Oof, woof, woof. Yeah, they bad. I think I'm gonna post them and put them in my story. I don't know where I'm gonna put them in my story, but they gotta go. Yeah, they nice. They nice, but they gotta go. Yeah, yeah. So they'll make somebody else nice and happy. Yeah, yeah. I know you, but you got daughters. They'll wear it now. Yeah. They don't want them. They said they were too high. I already asked. I already been there. I already asked. I would have loved to keep them in the family, but they said they were too high. You know, I think I was probably the most courageous out of my whole entire family that were rock heels that high, over 5 inch. Well, I was the only, yeah. Oh my God, yes. Yes. I was the only one that would rock heels over 4 inches. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah. But honestly, do not let them sit in your car for weeks. Don't do that. I've done that before. Don't do that. Then your car starts to get, cluttered and stuff like that. Don't let it sit at your front door. Don't let it sit at your back door. Drop it off. Release it. Release it. Release it. And don't call, and let me tell you something what I used to do. I remember, saying that I was going to give it away to family members or even friends and say, I'm packing up, I'm giving away some things, would you like such and such? Oh yeah, keep it for me. And I remember keeping things for years for people. Years of keeping stuff for people. And it just sat there. And I thought it was my obligation to keep it for people. And honestly, just last year is when I started to release. And I remember I had this old time press machine that was pressing things, and I was going to give it to one of my dear friends. And I had it for like 3 or 4 years, and I finally gave it away probably about a year or 2 ago. They came by last year finally and was like, "Do you still have that press?" I said, "No, I gave that thing away." "And why you do that? I told you I was coming." I said, "Are you kidding me? I offered you that for free years ago, and you just come now?" I said, "No, I had to get rid of that. It's things I had to do in my home. I kept it for you for years." You know what they told me? "You could have put it in your storage." Do you know are you kidding me? But, this is where and the thing is, I laugh at it now because it will offend some people, but it didn't even offend me because I said, this person don't even know no better. They really don't. They don't understand boundaries. They don't understand it, so I cannot take it personal. I laugh at it now. Back then, I got it offended me. Now I laugh at it because I said they really didn't even understand what they were even asking of someone. They don't even understand that. Just as they didn't have the capacity to receive it at their time, I didn't have the capacity to hold on to it. But I did it for the love of them. But I did it I went beyond my boundaries to do it. But that's when you have to understand that people don't know and understand what boundaries are. Like even what talking about self-love and self-care is, you know? So when you are going through this self-love journey, when you are going through this healing journey, when you are going through this releasing journey and this expansion journey and this growing journey, that there are certain things and certain people and certain traits and things that you have to release. And when you're sitting back and you're listening to the stories that you tell and you're laughing at some of the reactions that you have, and you're like, wow, now I see what that is. Wow. And even in being stuck, and let's go to the next one. So now that I know, now I know that some of you are going to get stuck because we do. We get stuck. So let me address the common blocks that we have. Block 1. But I spent so much money on these. Like I told you about the red carpet dresses that I have. Remember I told you about those? You have spent a lot of money on it. Yes, you did. And keeping it won't get your money back. Keeping it won't get your money back. The money is gone, whether it's in the closet or at Goodwill. But at least at Goodwill, someone can use it. So this will be the response. I honor the money that I spent, and I release the guilt because someone else will love this piece. The next block is, what if I need it someday? But you won't. Because if you do, you'll find something better that actually fits who you are at that time. So your response should be, I trust that I will have what I need when I need it. And your next blockage, the next little words or thing will come in your head. This reminds me of a good time. That's beautiful. But you know what? Memory lives in your heart, not in your closet. You don't need the physical objects to remember. So your response could be, I carry the memory with me in my heart. I don't need the object. Just this morning, I chose to release T-shirts that my family made when with family members passed away. So I have several different T-shirts, some of them with some of the pictures of them gone, like faded away from washed. And I just have them in. I wear them sometimes and sometimes I don't, but I've had T-shirts for years and years. And I just decided today, I've sat at my altar and I prayed that I was going to release them and either throw some away or put some in the Goodwill. But to they're no longer here. Some of them I can't even fit. like things like that. And I was holding on to memory because the thing is, I have a whole area that I have their obituaries and their pictures there. So that is memory enough than wearing a garment with their pictures on there. You understand what I'm saying? So that for me is memory enough for me, the pictures that I have of them. That's memory enough instead of the object that I have. But, like stuff like that for me. And then another blockage, I'll fit into this again when I lose weight. That was a big one for me. And this is the thing. First of all, you are beautiful and handsome enough as you are right now. But second, when you reach that goal, and I'm going to tell you this, you're going to want something new. You're going to want some new clothes to celebrate the new you, not the old clothes that you've had for years and from the old chapter. Because when you finish doing what you're doing and going through the transformation to get that new body that you have, you ain't going to want that old garments with that old energy, with them old stories on that new reformed body. You're not going to want that. So your response is, I honor my body now. When I change, I'll celebrate with new pieces. All right, y'all. So I gave you all of that. So here's the commitment for this week. This week, I'm going to commit. That's it. Y'all ready? This week, I'm going to commit to inventory one section of your closet. Pick one section of your closet. Sorting into three types. And then we're going to journal. Number 3, we're going to journal on the stories behind each pile, making the decision to keep or release. 5, physically putting them items into donation bags and dropping off donation bags within 48 hours. I want you to write that down. I want you to say them out loud, and I want you to make it real. And here's the accountability piece. I want you to share the broadcast. You could DM me on Instagram, either on the real Nyomi Banks, and Nyomi spelled Nyomi, or you could tag me at the Season of Self-Love podcast and tell me which section that you have inventoried or how many items that you're releasing. Or option 2, you can tell an accountability partner. Make it public, make it real. And what does this create? What happens is, so let me tell you what happens is when it works. When you clear your physical clutter, you clear your mental and your emotional clutter too. I'm going to say this again. When you clear the physical clutter, you clear the mental and emotional clutter. When your house is clean, when your space is clean, when your car is clean, when your areas are clean and you can walk, your mental is clear. Your emotions are clear. You're able to think, you're able to feel, you're able to move. When you release those old identities, you make space for new ones. When you let go of the should be clothes, you make room for the actual am clothes. I am clothes, who I am today. The closet becomes a place of possibilities instead of pressure. Your mornings become easier because you're choosing for clothes that actually support you now. And your confidence increases because you're wearing things that make you feel like yourself, not like a version that you're trying to be. And most importantly, you are reclaiming your power. You reclaim your space and you reclaim you. Let me say this. I know it is very hard sometimes stepping into yourself in your daily life. I know it is. I know it is. And even though I don't know each and every one of you personally, I know and walked a lot of your personal stories myself. And I know it seems like we're talking about clothes today, but it's more than just clothes. It goes deeper than that. This week I posted a few posts about having to make the decisions about what you're going to wear on this particular days when you have to make choices, who I'm going to be on this day. And it brought me back to as a teenager, trying to figure out who I'm going to show up at school as. Am I going to wear this? Am I going to wear this? Trying to figure out. And I thought that as I got older, that pressure was going to stop, and it don't. But this is a time when it can stop. This is when we can stop that. This is when. All right, my beautiful people. So before we close, let's do a closing affirmation. All right. I want you to repeat after me. All right. I release old identities without shame. I make space for who I am becoming. I honor the past. I choose the present. My closet supports who I am now. I let go with love. I receive with joy. I am reclaimed, and I am unashamed, and I am ready. All right, my beautiful people, that's work for this week. Inventory one section, sort into 3 types. Journal on the stories, make the decisions, and release. And next Monday, we are diving into week 2. How does this make me feel? The one question that changes everything. Now, if this episode has helped you, share it with someone who needs permission to let go. I want you to leave a review, DM me your progress. I want to celebrate it with you. All right. And also, I'm going to tell you this. We have officially created and launched our new YouTube channel specifically for the Season of Self-Love podcast. And so we will have the link in the notes. So now I know here you are listening audio, but now you are able to see it visually. Yes, you're able to see me visually for the full show. If you want to see the full show visually, you will go to the Season of Self-Love podcast YouTube channel there. And we will definitely have old shows. I will be bringing in the old shows, archives, and we're going to be doing a lot of great things over there at the YouTube channel. There too. So until next time, this is your girl, the goddess Nyomi, reminding you to be good to one another in yourselves, and always keep it so sexy. Love yourself first so you can love others well. Have an amazing day. Have a good one.
The Season of Self-Love is brought to you by Ask Nyomi and Elevate Me Self-Discovery. Don't just listen. Do the work. Transform your life. For more, visit AskNaomi.com or follow us on Instagram at the Season of Self-Love Podcast.